show. And today we're going to do something a bit different for this live stream. As you can see, I'm not in front of a computer. I don't have any charts, but we are going to be talking about if we are indeed going into a bear market, if we are in already a bear market, and what are my views and what crypto is going to do from here. I'm actually with Dias. You can see him right here. He's going to be joining us in our live stream today. And this live stream is going to be shorter than usual. And the reason is quite simple. The reason is, number one, I don't have much time. I'm actually renovating the house. That's why I'm not in the studio. I can't really show charts or anything like that. So I can't really do that. But I want to talk to you a little bit. Let's start with the markets. Let me tell you what I'm seeing here, because I'm always here to tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. And I'm going to say this. If Bitcoin right now, let's focus on Bitcoin because it's the leader of the cryptocurrencies. If Bitcoin, although it's holding up remarkably against the stock market, might decouple later on, these might be the first signs of decoupling. If Bitcoin breaks its lows, and by lows, I mean around 76,000. Let's call it 75K psychological because it's close enough to 75K. As you know, when I have levels around 76, 74, I always go to the psychological number. Usually the zeros, like the 70 would be stronger. But regardless, I digress. Let's say 70K psychological. If we, 75K psychological, if we break under 75K psychological, and make that resistance, meaning it stays under there for a week, for example, and it can't break out, doesn't do a snap and crack. We'll talk about snap and crack and what that is another time. Then there is further downside, possibly leading into a temporary bear market. I'm going to explain what that is right now. Right now, we're in a technical bear market, not a bear market per se. And the reason is, I know in traditional stocks, we see a 20% drop as a bear market. In crypto, it's a bit different, and I don't really agree with that. It's how much time you actually stay under and how much resistance you build up. That's basically what will form into a bear market, not being able to break out and so on, et cetera, et cetera. So that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking if we break under 75K. Now, if we break, this is the interesting part, because if we break hard enough, if we go down hard enough and fast enough, then we possibly won't be in the bear market. It will be capitulation that might signify an upside. So keep that in mind. A lot of times when things fall down violently, right? We're not, I know it looks like it's oversold now, but we haven't capitulated. If it goes down violently enough, that could be a capitulation event which could signify a bottom, and that would actually cancel a bear market. Whilst if we go down slowly, that's a lot more like a bear market, and unfortunately that's what has been going on, even though Bitcoin has actually been holding pretty well when it comes to against the stock market. Now, also understand that this is if we break under 75K and how violently we break under 75K. Even now, if we break down violently enough from this level to 75K, we might get a snap and crack, go back up, and actually have a V-shaped recovery. We don't know that yet. But my vision, there are many probable scenarios. There are many scenarios. I'm going to give you my most probable ones. Does not mean I'm going to be 100% right about this. It's just what I'm seeing out of all the scenarios, and they are the scenarios that are most important because those are the ones we can strategize against. And the number one scenario that I'm seeing is, yes, we go down and we come in a V-shaped recovery. We go up till about the summertime, have another dump, and then we have another rise towards the end of the year, and we pass all-time highs, go to new all-time highs. That's number one scenario I'm looking at, which is what I've been looking at so far. So I don't think it's the top of the market yet, even though beginning 20, we were saying end of 2024, beginning 2025, the Bitcoin top will be set in. I expect at least a run up and meet to that level again by the end of the year. So I'm seeing that even though we may have topped, which I don't think so, I'm at least seeing another retest of that area, maybe like a double top or something. So I do think we're going to run towards the end of the year. The second scenario, the most probable scenario, along with this one, that's one of the scenarios. But the second one is we actually go down, break under 75K, make it resistance, and stay under 75K. In which case, we're going to see a very hard time, and I still see us bouncing back up next after the summer. I still think we're going to try and re-challenge all-time highs after the summer. So we still have game, if that makes sense. Now, what will happen in 26 if it will be a bear market? I don't know, don't care. Let's just focus on this year. We're still in the beginning of the year, right? But those are the two scenarios I'm looking at. When will we know? When we will know exactly which of these scenarios will play out, if one of these two scenarios play out, or if indeed something else happens and another scenario plays out. I think in the coming week, we should know. So by Friday or next Sunday, roughly, we should know. And that's why we should be very careful and see how we're going to trade this market. Now, the good news is I'm going to start trading in the bear market, whether that's this summer or next summer. And my indicator is going to be launched along with my course, Invest, Trade, and Think Like the Crypto Factor, which includes the indicator and everything. For those of you that follow me know this. We're actually ready. I finished the trading part, most of the invest part, a lot of the think part. The factor line videos are all ready. Maybe I'll do a couple more, but we can release before that. And I've done most of the work. Now I've took a small break. I have to work on the landing page and stuff like that because I'm renovating the house. Plus, I'm opening up my office in Dubai. End of the month, I'm going to be there. So there's a lot of work. And this is one of the reasons why I'm not doing videos normally or like in my home studios, because look at the mess we're in. Like, this is my apartment. And there's my dog, by the way. There's Diaz. What's up? And look, I got ladders. We're painting everything. We're going to change all the colors here. We're going to fill up this side as well. We're changing doors. We're changing a whole bunch. The kitchen, we're going to change the kitchen. And then look, if we come down here, for example, all this is going to be painted, renovated, different doors, different colors, all the way down here. And if we come down, see the bathroom, this is my gym. Gotta renovate that. So there's a lot of work that needs to be done, if that makes sense. And there's just a lot of shit going on. So this is the studio that you see me usually. This is my studio right here. But as you can see, I'm painting, we're changing the colors, we're doing a whole bunch of stuff here. So a lot of work. It's my trusty chair. A lot of work. But yeah, it's a pretty big apartment. It's about 200 square meters. It's at the Riviera in Greece. You know, a lot of you were saying, I read some of my old comments saying, oh, you live in a ghetto. Yeah, I live in the ghetto. Anyway, regardless, yeah, it's a nice apartment. It's near the golf court. It's a very nice area. One of the better areas. And I'm quite happy. I'm also near the beach. It's like a short drive or long walk from here. It's actually quite nice. I'm also renovating or fixing my beach house. For those of you that know, I had like a few problems with it. I flooded a couple of times, and then I bought people to fix it. And they made a shit job of it, so I have to do it again. But yeah, regardless, we're doing that as well. So we're doing a lot, and then plus the offices in Dubai and everything. It's with my partner Luai. So much stuff going on. I'm gonna read some of your comments, by the way. I see Harry saying I missed the start. You can watch it after, bro. Sub Factor fam. Do a kickflip. Do a kickflip, dude. If I do a kickflip in my condition, I'm gonna snap my shit up. Like, I'm 40 years old, 48 years old. 48 years old. I've fought cancer 3 times in the last 8 years. 2 bone marrow transplant. I'm gonna do. I'll snap my shit up, dude. There's no way I can do a kickflip. Temporary bear market. Hope this crap comes to an end. So 2026, we could even be in a full blown bear market. So don't give your hopes up too much. The thing is that if we run towards the end of the year, like I'm seeing, Bitcoin can. I think it's going to go to 100 to 140,000, possibly 180 if that breaks. But it is quite possible it can go to 200, 250,000. You might be saying, Paul, what are you talking about? That's so much X's. But like, it's possible. And then if that happens, just imagine what alts can do. And hopefully this time we'll have an alt season, a full blown one. That's what you want to be concentrating on. And even if we don't, I do believe that we're going to have mini alt seasons again, like we did, like we called perfectly last time. We called mini alt seasons for 2024. I do believe we're going to have some mini alt seasons, or at least segment alt seasons. In other words, AI, depends, certain projects are going to shoot up, and then people are going to be chasing for all the coins and they're going to get wrecked because you have to have people getting wrecked. I think that's what's going to happen. But let's see. We never know. By the way, we're doing some special Italian, that wall across over there. We're going to do a special Italian design. It's called a Technasma. So this is going to be like gray with some sort of, I can't remember. They're going to make it though. And then it's going to be gray and, we're going to get new curves. There's a lot of work to do. This is custom, by the way. I custom extended this. And then over here, if you guys know about, any person that knows about furniture and stuff, here, let me show you something. Only one design in the world like this. Now, when I say one design, I mean the top design. They only make like a few select or one of each one. It's a $10,000 roulette. This table opens up and becomes a roulette table, believe it or not. It's actually quite cool. But anyway, regardless, it's another computer. There's a lot of work. And it's quite insane what's going on. But yeah, hopefully I'll get up, start working out again and everything. Temporary, yeah. Hi, Paul. How are you? I'm doing good, my man. Mo Crypto. I love that, man. Harry says, I'm all in on crypto. Well, most of us, man. But I just exchanged most of my altcoins to Bitcoin in December. I was telling you to at least, when we weren't that sure, because even I thought that we're going to, even though I was calling for a Bitcoin top around end of 2024, beginning 2025, I said either we'll enter in a bear market or what will look like a bear market, for those of you that remember. But even I got confused. One of the few times in my life where I don't look at technicals and I looked at fundamentals, and it proved to be a mistake. Remember how I told you news doesn't matter, forget fundamentals, always look at technicals? One time I broke that. Well, not one time, obviously. In my beginning days, I did as well. But I broke that because of Trump. And I said, dump before Trump, or the Trump is going to, after Trump, we're going to have an even bigger dump. And we did. But then I expected us to come back out of that because of the fundamentals. Because everything was bullish for crypto. And what happened? We dumped. And we stayed down for a long time. And this is why I don't like looking at fundamentals. I don't look at looking at anything except technicals, or mostly technicals. So even I took most profits from altcoins into Bitcoin, and I didn't take aggressively. I took medium, right? So I'm still okay, but we're talking about a few $100,000 difference here. And it affected me. So even I got a bit caught off guard. And you know what I'm like. If you watch this channel, we make some pretty successful calls. So it got me by surprise, because that dump after Trump, I expected we would have recovered by now. I was wrong. I'm not going to deny it. But we protected ourselves by taking most of our altcoins into Bitcoin. Wish I did more, but I was wrong. But that's key. You have to strategize in a way that even if you are wrong, you're protected. And that's what I did. And that's what I was trying to tell most of you to do. So that's the key. It's called risk management. That's all in the course, by the way. And a lot of times, Harry, I think you mentioned earlier on that you didn't sell. A lot of people right now have got wrecked buying the dip. When people were telling you to buy the dip and buy the dip with altcoins, I was reluctant. I was telling you to buy Bitcoin only, maybe Solana, maybe Sui. And this, it's experience that a lot of times you'll buy the dip into a bear market. I've made videos about this, a lot of videos about this. In the last bull market, in this bull market, I kept saying buying the dip aggressively all the time is stupid. It's stupid because at some point you're going to buy the dip, it's going to go down, it's going to buy the, and you're going to go straight into a bear market. And even if you don't get into a bear market, it could be fucking bad, like what's going on right now. So let me tell you a little story that you have to understand if you're in crypto. You have to treat your investing and trading in crypto like you would if you were a business owner. So let's say you have a shop and you're selling dresses. And let's say you have red dresses, green dresses, and yellow dresses. And let's say your red dresses are getting sold out, but your yellow dresses, no one's really buying them. Do you buy more yellow dresses? No. The manufacturer's like, hey, we have a special on yellow dresses. You're like, okay, I have like 100 yellow dresses, 2 have sold. I'll buy another 100 because the price went down so I can dollar cost average. No, of course not. Because what you're doing is you're buying your losers, you're buying more of your losers, and then your red dresses are selling out. Now you don't have capital to put in red dresses. So it doesn't make sense to do that. And you have to think like when you're either trading or whether you have a business, you have to always think like a business. You're not going to double. We're going to fill your shop with yellow dresses, and then no one wants that shit. No one wants those fucking altcoins because it's all supply and demand. So's trading. So you have to think. There's a place to stop buying the dip. Also, when you're buying the dip, you have to be very specific on what you're buying in the dip. Anyway, regardless, I digress. You really need to think of that when you are trading or investing in crypto. That's all in the course, by the way. Ja, my man, I see. Hi, Paul. A lot of mixed talks about correlation of Bitcoin and the stock market. What is your take? Right now, we're correlated to the stock market. I know we had a couple of days where we decoupled, but that does not constitute enough of decoupling to consider it factual. We have to wait and see. And I was one of the first saying that Bitcoin will decouple from the stock market. And if you remember, we even called it back in the day. We actually got it pretty well. There was a time where Bitcoin decoupled back with the FOMC and the stock markets were dumping, and we called it perfectly. This time, I don't see enough to be able to make that call, but it's still too early to make that call. I am expecting for it to happen at some point. But we don't know if it's ready. Yes, you can say right now that Bitcoin might start acting more like gold, and people, yeah, of course, I'm with you. But will that happen in 2 days or a week? Not long enough. Not long enough to make me make the call, if that makes sense. Harry, you're not dumb for not selling anything. You're not dumb for not selling anything. You're just most people in crypto. Most people in crypto, this is going to be funny, right? Most people in crypto are like old farmers. And when I say farmers, I don't mean altcoin farmers or anything like in DeFi. I mean literally farmers. So imagine somebody has a farm and has turkeys. And he has like a box where it's a trap, or you pull this. You have a box with an open lid, and when you pull the string, the door closes, right? And let's say he wanted to catch his turkeys to sell at the market. What he would do, he would put food into that trap. Turkeys would come in. He would pull the string, grab all the turkeys, and go and sell them. The problem is, and this happened at 108, 104,000 when I was telling you to take profits, at least some profits into Bitcoin and into USDT, by the way. Because I did say USDT as well, because I needed to pay some stuff anyway. But imagine what happened is, you have the trap, turkeys come in, but then there's one that comes out, and you're waiting for that one turkey to come back in. So you wait, and you don't pull the string. And then another one comes out. You're like, shit, now 2 of them out, but 1 gets back in. But then 3 come out, and you're like, holy crap, I can't pull the string now. I only have 10 turkeys instead of 14 and I wanted to sell at the market to make so much money, so I'm going to wait for them all to go back in. Yeah, but the turkeys inside are eating the food and they're getting full. So turkeys start coming out. And now you can't pull the string. If I pull the string now, I'm in a deficit. I can't sell enough to make my money back. And that's what happens to most people. They're like farmers. And that's the issue. So when you start thinking about crypto like a business, when you start thinking about it like a farmer, when you start thinking about it with logic, this is when you can actually make money or at least protect yourself even when you are wrong. And that's what I teach in the course. In the invest, trade, and thing like the crypto factor, plus it comes with the indicator. Again, I don't want to shill it too much or talk about it, but it's not shilling actually. Shilling is when you don't disclose something. But I don't want to oversell it or push it too much, but I am about to release it. So if you're interested, go check it out. Well, nice to this apartment. Yeah, I like this apartment as well, man. What's up, George? Leludis? Ticanis? So Harry says, the market is so confusing and difficult to read. No one knows what's going to happen and everyone has a different opinion. That's because everyone gives their opinion on what wants to happen and not what they're reacting to what's happened. I just gave you some price targets and told you to what to look out for, yet you're saying that everyone has a different opinion, wants to say something different. No, just react to what I just told you, the price targets. I literally gave you a trading strategy just now in this live stream. So I don't understand why you would say that. But if you knew technical analysis, then you would know that if we broke with such and such, like I have to show you, but essentially there is a way. It's just that people don't accept it because it's too hard or they don't believe it. That's why they get wrecked. So if you really think, it's true, no one knows what will happen, but we know probabilities and we know what to look for and look at levels to anticipate what is going to happen, at least probability-wise, and strategize around it. Stop losses, taking profits, and so on. Pariyan says, I don't have any information about Bitcoin really. I'm not sure what you mean about I don't have any information about Bitcoin really. Are you answering someone? I don't know what you're talking about, man. Just came in to say the update. What's up, Moody? Just gave you the update, man. Yazer, what? How you doing? William said hi. What's up, man? Thoughts on S&P 500 down? So if you look at the S&P 500, that's one of the reasons why I'm expecting the bounce, the potential bounce with Bitcoin, is that the S&P 500 right now, it's gone down quite dramatically, a lot. It's breaking all kinds of resistances. The question is, have we capitulated yet? I'm not so sure. I think we need one more leg down, but I'm not so sure. What I do know is if we have a more aggressive going down, that could be a sign of capitulation. But if we start going up and trading sideways and going down slowly over time, then we are in the bear market. Technically, a lot of people are saying we are in the bear market, 20% drop. It should be almost 20%. I'm not sure if it's 20% of the S&P. But the truth is that it's not about so much the percentage that comes down, it's how long you stay at those lows, and that's what a lot of people are missing. So let's see what happens. Paul, did you collaborate with British Huddle? No, I don't know who that is. Why are you asking? Did you see me? Did he say I did? I don't know. Do we get a relief rally? As I said, please watch the video from the beginning so you can understand the context and exactly what I'm saying. I think it's one of the most important videos you watch and understand. Algorand price prediction. I wouldn't look at altcoins right now unless it's Solana, Sui, Bitcoin, and stuff like that. Bitcoin's an altcoin. Why would you look at Algorand right now? Like, let's see what's going on with the top. Let's look at the renders. Let's look at those. Algorand is a good coin, but it hasn't proven that it's going to run in this environment. Maybe it runs when alt season happens, if it happens. But right now in this environment, I wouldn't look at it right now. Stop looking for yellow dresses. Watch the video back, and you'll understand exactly what I'm saying. Stop looking for yellow dresses. Buy the dresses that people are asking for. Supply and demand. Switch over to gold and silver for now. I don't like silver that much as gold, but I understand why you're saying it. Bitcoin is the only one that I would actually say Bitcoin and gold. By the way, even if we go down further, it's still a good hedge against the economy if we do go into a bear market or recession when it comes to Bitcoin, in my opinion. At least you know it's going to come back in the future, right? Paul says popcorn alt season this year. Yeah, pretty much. Another point, can you help me understand why most, if not all, Binance launch pool coins go down 90% in the short? Yeah, very, very good question. And let me answer that for you. It's very simple. Because people get in early either as seed investors, allocation, as in KOLs. Like, for example, I'll tell you what they offer me. They will offer me, for example, let's say a coin is going to launch at $1 on Binance. They will offer me personally, and this happened a lot of times, to buy that coin with 20 or 30 cents, and then I can sell it at launch for $1. Now, I typically don't accept these deals, but there's other deals I accept. For example, free allocation. They give me free coins. So with these free coins, as soon as it gets listed, if I got them at 20, 30 cents, or at least at a 20, 30 cents price point, whether I paid for it or not, and I can sell it for $1, that's pretty much a guarantee. So I'm selling at least half. And that's how influencers work. Now, there's seed investors that get even cheaper than that. And there are big YouTubers, influencers, and stuff that get completely free at massive levels. And basically, that's what they do. They're dumping on you. And that's why I always say, be careful with launches. Or listings. It's much better to wait for the listing and then buy it when it goes down. Most cases. And I made videos about this. The difference is that when I get a location or I get a sponsorship, I disclose it and I actually say it in the video and I don't accept otherwise. Most YouTubers, big and small, do not disclose allocations or sponsorships. And I think it's disgusting. As a matter of fact, I had a talk I was speaking about in a keynote in Poland at NBX almost a month ago. I was on the stage talking about how this happens. And I also made videos about this. If you look at my videos and you search influencers or KOL or something like that, and it'll give you a video, it'll tell you exactly how influencers are stealing your money. 90% short period. Yeah. Nice shoes, bro. Which ones? I got quite a few, man. Let me show you. I got a shitload of shoes, bro. So I got these ones. These have become my new favorite ones. These are Under Armour, very comfortable. I got these. Yeah, these are just normal shoes, but like I have a shitload of shoes. Wait, let me show you. I don't know which shoes you're referring to. Maybe you saw the Nikes. If they're here. No, you didn't see them because they're hidden. These are some really cool shoes. Check this out. Suede Nike Forces. I got a shitload. If I go inside and start opening up shoes, I got a massive. I love shoes. I got at least 10 pairs. Like the one you just saw now, the white one. I like even the gray ones that you saw next to it. I have it in different colors. For example, the white ones. I haven't even worn these yet. I didn't even have a chance. I have them in gray too, look. So when I like a shoe, I just get the other one. So these are Under Armour. They're really comfortable. They're my new favorite shoes. They're really cool. And I like Nikes as well. But lately, I'm just more into Under Armours. Skechers I like. I bought like a whole bunch of them, but they ruin very easily. So I bought the same ones in blue, white, and gray, and they all got fucked up. So I don't do that anymore. And then Nikes are cool, but I like Under Armour lately. I'm more of an Under Armour guy. Are you also trading gold? No, I buy physical gold. I wish I discovered crypto yesterday. All should go up soon, a month or two. I wish discovered crypto yesterday. All should go up. I would look after the summer, but again, watch the video from the beginning and understand what I said. Becker is, I don't care what Becker is saying. Becker, I really don't care what Becker is saying. Becker is not a technical analyst. He doesn't believe in technical analysis. If you watch this channel, I've outcalled him many times. I like him. I was one of the first channels telling everybody to follow Becker because he's an entrepreneur and he can bring a lot of value and understanding to the space. I like some of the things he says. I don't typically watch him that much anymore because I don't have time, not because I don't like it. But I mean, come on, every day he's like making new videos and he's been like, I really don't care what Becker says about buy now or buy later. He's a very rich guy, knows how to make money, understands money. He's not a technical analyst. I should have bought Bitcoin in 2009. I think you should have mined it in 2009. I'm afraid to invest more than $100 on any crypto. Don't want any rug situation. Well, first of all, don't put $100 in anything that can rug. Put them in Bitcoins like Solana, Bitcoin, stuff like that. Now you might say, Paul, $100 will make me rich. And that's the mentality, the wrong mentality that you have. You're not supposed to buy one coin and make you rich. You're supposed to buy and start investing and understanding crypto. Everyone trying to get rich with one coin overnight just gets completely obliterated and destroys his mindset. You're actually coming into this like a casino. It does not work that way, and that's not how you make money. You're supposed to learn how to make money and understand sound hard money principles when it comes to Bitcoin and so on and tech. If you just come to invest $100, then you're fucked. You're trying to become rich in like with one. It doesn't work that way. Learn how to invest. Learn about crypto. Learn what it does. And for me, you know, there's some advice out there that says never invest more than you're willing to lose. I think that's BS. I think that's completely false, and I'll tell you why. Because most people, 95% of the people don't understand what that means. Because not willing to invest, more willing to invest, is not invest $100 because that's all I'm willing to lose, and then I'm gonna go spend money on coffee, restaurants, cinema, going out, drinking alcohol, smoking cigarettes, PlayStation games. No, definitely invest more than willing to lose in that case, right? So when I started investing in crypto, I'll tell you one of the things that helped me in my mindset, although I'm not too proud of it. When I started investing, I always had an investor mindset, but I always had a gambling mindset. And I used to go to the casino a lot and lose money. And when I started investing in crypto, one of the first things I did was stop playing the casino. Because crypto gave me the rush I wanted, and even if I lost 70%, 80%, 90% of my money back then, at least I was left over with something. Same thing with the money I was spending playing games or doing whatever the fuck other things I used to do, even though I didn't do it that much back then because I was in my success mindset stage of life. But my argument was, why spend money on bullshit when I can put it into crypto? And then over time, I realized that I was trying to make money and I invested in crypto because think about it. Most people that make money, what do they do with that money? What do? They spend it. So what do you mean not invest more than you're willing to lose? Invest more than you're willing to lose. Maybe you'll actually end up with something. And yes, it might go down. Even if Bitcoin went down 50%, 60%, back then that's what I was thinking, at least I'll be left over with something and I'll save it. So for me, it was a very easy switch. And it all has to do with mindset. Also in the course, by the way. So you have to shift your mindset on how to make money and wanting to make money in order to make money. It's not just about investing in a coin, it's shifting your mindset to your lifestyle. So yes, when it comes to investing more than you're willing to lose, forget about that. Or investing more than you can lose, forget about that. Do invest. Just make sure you don't invest your rent money, your medical, your food, you have to be logical about it. But generally speaking, that's pretty bad advice if you take it at face value and not kind of elaborate on it, if that makes sense. This type of live stream we can channel surf to, your other live streams don't. I'm not sure what you mean by that. What do you mean by channel surf? I'm just live streaming on my phone. If you like it, I'll do it more times. Since you are establishing an office in Dubai, we already have an office in Dubai. Then surely you gave it a lot of thought. If you can share your assessment of business environment there, yeah, sure. So the primary reason I'm opening up in Dubai is very simple. I'm opening up a video marketing company, and a lot of clients that we're gonna focus on are over there, and it just makes sense to have a different sort of backup place with residence permits and stuff like that. But primarily, I'm doing it because we're gonna make business there, and because a lot of crypto business there as well. It's a good gateway for business. So if you are looking to establish an office for other reasons, maybe for tax exemption on crypto, I wouldn't recommend Dubai per se, because you could do maybe the same thing a lot cheaper in Armenia, Hong Kong, fucking Serbia, kind of. Maybe the banking is not as good there, but there are other countries. But if you are legitimately making a business, I'm making a business with my partner. That's why I'm opening up an office in Dubai. So if you're doing something like that, then it comes with benefits as well, if that makes sense. Very expensive country to live in, very expensive in general. They treat you like gold. I love it. And you establish it's a big networking zone. So you network in Dubai and you do business. That's basically it. Living conditions, I mean, there are much better countries to live in my opinion. But business-wise, Dubai is great. Mo Crypto says, Paul, I work in the gym. I work out in the gym a while to get my calves to grow. Any tips? We're gonna do gym tips right now. So when it comes to calves, I always had great calves. And the only thing I did, and it wasn't that often, believe it or not, yeah, and yes, I did train legs. I'm not one of those no train leg guys. I love squats. Squats, and lately I was doing the sissy squat a lot. But when it comes to calves, just, that machine that I can't remember what it's called, that you put your legs in and you kind of, you can do it two ways. You can either, there's one that you can literally put your legs in and you can like you can do this like this, right? You just bend your calf up. That's basically all I used to do. And then when I didn't have that machine over here, I don't have that machine. Just when I do squats, I just finish off with a couple of those standing up. You can use weights if you have a little bit more leverage to do that. Other than that, it was walking. And I used to walk for back in the day when I used to work out a lot. I used to walk about 2 hours a day, every day, maybe one cheat day that I didn't do it. And that just made my fucking calves ripped. And we're talking walking uphill, downhill, just walking, regular walking. I remember I used to do it at night as well. That really helped a lot. Is BitBoy in jail? I have no idea. Henry says, yes, DCA into a few coins. Have you checked out Sonic? Yes, I have. I'm pretty sure I made a video about it. I know we are in S. I mean, it's on when I do my computer. When I'm on my computer, I show you the S. I made a few posts about it. Can't remember if I did a video about it. I think I did a few live streams where I talked about it specifically. I don't think I made a dedicated video yet, but I will. Definitely did live streams talking about it, or dedicated kind of live streams. If you search my channel, sorry, let me just lie down. Oh, that's better. All right, see. What do we have here? Crypto people need 100 hours of research and education before they do anything. I agree. They should just do technical analysis a lot faster. Maybe alt season won't be until 2012. Well, maybe this, maybe that. I just answered my views on it, Harry. Crypto imaginary money. Sure. Crypto is imaginary. No, crypto is not imaginary money. I don't think that narrative even applies anymore. Bitcoin is money. I mean, it's legal tender in Salvador, and it's now the strategic Bitcoin reserve in America. You can call it imaginary money if you want. I mean, if that makes you feel better. But then again, money in itself, actual money, is imaginary. If you really think about it, if you study how money is actually printed, it's pretty much imaginary. Everything's imaginary. You have to believe in it for it to work. I see a future in crypto and AI. Thank you for. I very much agree with you. And crypto is no loss. Okay. I wouldn't say crypto. I'd say Bitcoin. Crypto in general, you have to be careful with. I'm in Aviano Air Base, Italy. Always wanted to go to Dubai. Come to Dubai, Habibi. No, Dubai is nice, man. It's nice. It's magnificent. Like you're in awe. When you get there, you are in awe. That's what I'll give you. Britain, Harvey, Britain, good old Britain. I want to come there. I want to go to London. By the way, fun fact: I was born in London. I'm actually British. Yes, I know my accent is pasteurized, but I want to go to. My girlfriend wants to go to England. She wants to go to England in Christmas because she has, it's a big thing in Christmas. I'm thinking about going this year, if everything goes well, God willing. I think I'm going to be going to England this year. Thanks for sharing about Dubai. In terms of tax, my understanding is 0% for individual, and some banks are crypto friendly. Armenia never came on the radar for crypto. Yeah, Armenia is crypto tax free. When it comes to Dubai, crypto is tax free. If you have a business, some businesses are charged with 9%, but it's over 100,000 a year. That's 9%. So there's different nuances. You have to check out the different free zones and understand which one's the best one that works for you, and so on. Can Bitcoin ever reach 1 million in a couple of years? In a couple of years, no. Highly improbable. Over 10 years, it's possible. Is it probable? I don't know. I can't answer that. But it is possible. I'll buy you a beer in London if you come visit. I would love for you to take me to a nice pub, Harry. A nice pub. I haven't been to a nice pub for a long time in England. Last time I went there, I almost got into a fight. Anyway, any more questions? There's some different options here, by the way. I don't know what this does. I'm just going to push it, right? Retouch is on. Oh, retouch. Look at that. Now I look good. Look at this. Look. Retouch is off. I'm going to push retouch is on now. Look. It does absolutely nothing to my face. I thought maybe makes me look better, but I don't think it does. It makes your skin a little. It's for women. Let me just turn it off. And also, what does this do? Oh, look at that! It's a green screen. That is so cool. That's new. It's a green screen. I can put shit in the back. Look. This is so cool. Let me see what I could do. Wait, let me see. You can put different pictures as a green screen. All right, so yesterday, a couple of days ago, we went out with Zero, Sharif, Bachelor Party, and Mithridates. Zero is the lead singer of Vegas, the group, and Mithridates, the lead singer of Imiskupria. Sharif, award-winning director. I'm the one taking the picture. I'm the one taking the picture. So we went out. Let me see. I think I have one with me in it as well. Yeah, this is the one with me in it, but you can't see me. I'm like over there. But this is so cool. What a cool feature. This is amazing. I didn't know you could do this. I'm sorry, guys. I'm excited. This is a watch I saw that I really liked. I'm thinking about buying this watch. I saw it in a shop, so I took a picture of it. What else can you do more? Holy crap, you can do more. This is so cool. This is so new. So look, we're talking about Dubai. There you go. There's a picture I took in Dubai. You can literally see Dubai. This is such a cool feature. Did you know you can do this with YouTube? Let's see. What else can we do? That's a bodybuilder I met in Dubai. This is such a cool fucking feature. I can do so much shit with this. So I could show charts and stuff as well. It's so interesting. So basically, YouTube allows you to put on a green screen and then share your picture as the background of your green screen. That's pretty fucking awesome. That's pretty awesome. What's this do? There's another button here. Highlight saved to your channel as unlisted video up to 5 minutes. Oh shit. So now there's a highlight saved. I didn't want to do that. Doesn't matter. I did anyway. Anyway, thank you very much. Get the Platona Rolex. So I was going to get a Rolex. I didn't. And the reason is I don't want to invest so much money into a watch right now. I'd rather buy Bitcoin or keep the cash to be able to buy Bitcoin on the lows. So the Tissot you saw is about $1,000 something. It's not that expensive. But yeah, I didn't go for the Rolex, if that makes sense. I was looking, I like the Tissot, and another one I like, and I know this is going to sound funny, it's the Omega Swatch Moon Watch. But the Lunar edition, it's a collectible. It's not that expensive. It's about $600, I think. But I think the value is going to go up over time. But yeah, anyway, regardless. How tall am I? 188 almost. I've been thinking of getting rid of my Solana meme coins ever since Trump coin. Yeah, well, most meme coins will come back at some point, but I think only select meme coins are going to do very well. By the way, does anyone watch The Blacklist? Is anyone watching The Blacklist? Raymond Reddington? We've been watching The Blacklist lately with my girlfriend. And my question is it Katrina? Is Reddington Katrina? If you've never heard of The Blacklist, you have to watch The Blacklist, Harry. It's on Netflix. There's my girlfriend. Here, say hi. Wait. There you go. Say hi. Hi. As a matter of fact, I think we're going to go watch some of it now. So anyway, thank you very much. Please hit that like button. We'd really appreciate it. If you didn't watch the beginning of the video, watch the beginning of the video. I believe there's a lot of alpha, a lot of mindset that you have to learn in this video, so make sure you watch it. You're very beautiful, Harry says. All right, you can buy her a beer in England as well. And anyway, we'll talk about it. We'll talk soon. We'll talk next time. Take care. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.